show.
Carah, I recently sat down with Chad and Jeremy of Shiny Toy Guns, and a lot of people consider them to be the masterminds of Shiny Toy Guns. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would.
Now, their story about why you left the band, they say you left the band.
And this was a month ago?
This is like a month ago. They said that you left the band, okay, and that they didn't want you to leave the band. After the success of We Are Pilots and a Grammy nom, why would you replace Carah Faye?
Oh, we didn't want to. It wasn't a situation where, well, we had this great record, let's kick our singer out.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done, I'm going to cut my arms off and kill my wife. But it was a deal of what she wanted. She wanted to go do something else that was her deal, her whatever, and made that very animately clear to the band. And we just decided, she didn't quit the band, but she made it very clear that's what she wanted to do. So we decided, hey, we can either move forward and probably all break up, or let's make an important change where she can go do what she wants to do and be happy, and Shiny Toy Guns can remain and not be a broken up band. So we had to quickly and immediately and hastily move around real quick when she moved to Sweden to start VERSANT.
So also, and this was off camera, was that you fell in love with the sound man.
I had done that
the Johansson guy.
A year and a half before I was out of Shiny Toy Guns. They knew that. We were together on the road with Shiny Toy Guns. He was on the road with us, and that definitely had nothing to do with it. That's true. I did fall in love with our sound guy, and we were together on the road, and then when we were off the road we were together, and that had nothing to do with me partying with Shiny Toy Guns.
Okay, well that's one of the things that they said, that was one of the reasons.
Well, that's certainly an easy thing to say now, isn't it?
So they actually kicked you out of the band?
Yes, basically, here's the gist of what happened.
Okay.
I mean, we had been touring for a long time, 4 or 5 years, and non-stop, taking 2-week breaks here and there, but no more than that. And when that happens, I started to internalize a lot, for sure, I'll admit that, but there was a lot of frustration between members. Nothing out of ordinary of any bands on the road. It's just, you're all in each other's faces 24/7. So album number 1 cycle ended, and I was like, okay, so we're gonna go home and do album number 2. And I was home in LA. Mikey decided to move to Oklahoma, the drummer, and so I was the only one in LA. And they said, yeah, there's no reason to be here. And I had written them a few emails like, hey, I have some lyrical input and stuff, and didn't get any positive response on that, but I just kind of kept waiting, like, okay, if we're going to do this like album 1, and they're going to tell me when to come out and record. And then after waiting for months, I finally said, well, Daniel's stuck in Sweden, so I'm going to go there for like a month or so. And I was there for about 3 weeks, and I got a call from our manager. Oh, by the way, I had a great conversation with Chad and Jeremy, both of them, 3-way on the phone. Give me permission to go, we're going to push the album back a little bit, we're writing. Then I go to Sweden about 3 weeks into being there, so I get a call from our manager, and he says, Chad and Jeremy want to talk to you. And I told Daniel, okay, I'm going to step outside, Jeremy and Chad are going to call, they're going to probably decide when I'm going to have to fly back and stuff. And, without sounding anything, like, basically the conversation ended up with Shiny Toy Guns we're not making money, yada yada yada, no one's happy, and I thought the band was breaking up. They basically made it seem like the band was breaking up. And I went in crying. I told them, this isn't what I want, but if you've already made your decision, it sounds like there's nothing I can do. And Jeremy's words were, there's nothing you can do. And they were nice at that time. They were nice, and if you need help, we're here, if you were going to start something. And I went in and told Dan, I was like, Shiny Toy Guns just broke up. And then I go back inside, and about half an hour later, I look at our MySpace, and every picture of me has been taken down. And it says Shiny Toy Guns, and the bio, first line, Shiny Toy Guns, the sum of 3 equal parts. Just like that. They're good guys, whatever. I never want to put them down, but there's no reason I can't tell my side of what happened. they're doing their thing now, and they, that was their decision. And I went through my period of just, how could this happen? What did I do? But yeah, it was a hard time.
No doubt.
And there wasn't even communication. It was like, those were my brothers, and I still care about them. I wish them well. In all sincerity, like, I do wish them well, and I hope that they figure stuff out. But that was a hard time.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine.
I've been rebuilding.
So now, have you heard "Season of Poison"?
Yes.
The new Shiny Toy Guns record.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes.
You like it?
Okay. It's different, and I will go so far as to say it's definitely not me. When I did hear it, it was like a voice was in my head just going, "You weren't meant to sing on that album." Like, this all happened for a reason. That was one of the biggest, like, light bulbs for me. It was like, of clarity. Just like, when I heard it, they actually sent it to me, and it was like morning. It was like, okay, this isn't even Shiny Toy Guns anymore. This is what they've gone and turned it into, and that's whatever. That is what it is. But you'll never hear me say anything bad about their music or what they do.
That's fine. I don't need you to say anything bad about their music or what they do. I just want the truth.
I respect them. I respect them as songwriters, and they're very talented people. And like I said, I wish them well.
It's just that doing the research on them brought you so much to the forefront of comments from fans saying, bring back Carah, why'd you get rid of Carah? And I mean, I know that it happens with a lot of bands when they replace their singer, because people get in a comfort zone where they want to hear that person singing those songs.
Yeah.
But,
well, that's the group they fell in love with.
Yeah.
Those are the faces, and it was never me. It was never just me. It was the four of us. It was the sum of what the four of us created, and that was, in the nicest terms, that's just changed. That was different. Whatever it was different, and you can't expect people to just not react in some way, whether it's good or bad.
How tough was it when you received your copy of Season of Poison? How tough was it for you to how long did it take you to actually put it on and listen to it? Because I would have all these emotions and feelings towards something like that.
Well, it's hard. It's the first time I've answered these questions, so that was hard. That was definitely hard. I mean, some of the stuff I had heard because Chad had showed me, like, hey, this is what I'm working on when we were touring. And it was hard to hear those, and then, the final product of what had been improved on those, or the parts that Cicely had sang, and, I mean, we'll just say hard. It was hard. It's emotional. That was my project, too, and that was, what we had all built together, and, it was hard.
On a positive note, you are a part of the new Shiny Toy Guns Girls Lead Disco remix album, because your voice is on those songs, on those remixes.
Yeah, I read about that.
Oh, you haven't heard it yet?
I heard one. I think it was the first one on there, and that is what it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they did a remix album, and I'm sure that there was reasons. But I'm out of the loop with Shiny Toy Guns. I know nothing. So I was kind of like, remix album, go for it, get it, guys. And then obviously my voice was on it, but haven't really. We don't really talk. So.
Are you a spiritual person?
Yes.
Now, define your spirituality.
I'm a Christian.
You are?
So, yeah.
Are you a born-again Christian?
Yes. Yes, I am.
When did you accept Christ?
When I was about 6 or 7.
Was there a war? Were you at war with your spirituality when you were in Shiny Toy Guns, or did you feel that worked out?
I was never really at war. I always knew who I was, and I have never been someone to shy away from a situation because of the surroundings or the people in it. And I think it was more fun. And I'm not a preacher. I'm not trying to preach. All I'm going to be is the best person I can be and a light to other people. So.
Cool. And were you raised in the church?
Yeah, I was always raised in the Lighthouse Christian Fellowship, and then it's now called Living Word, I think. Or no, I don't know. been a while at my hometown church.
Do you still go to church?
Yes, I went last week with my parents. I saw some old faces. I haven't
Really?
seen you in a while.
That must have been interesting. Did you ever sing in worship?
Yes, I did. There's such a soul to that, and I always appreciated that. And I sang in the adult worship from when I was pretty young, and that was just fun. It was just fun, really. It was so much fun.
So who would you say Jesus Christ is?
Well, he's my Lord and Savior.
The Blaring Out Show.